Okay, so last part for discrete random variable. So we have already seen probability distribution. Seketul. X equals to 1, X equals to 2, X equals to 3. Cumulative distribution function, which is you have to find the probability that X less than equals. Okay, so next part is we are going to see how to find mean, which is denoted as EX, and variance of a probability for discrete random variables. So as you can see from here, we have the formula. To find the mean is summation of X multiplied by Px equals to X, and variance is EX square minus EX kita squarekan. Okay, it almost the same as data description sebenarnya. Okay, so now expectation and variance. So expectation, kadang-kadang soalan akan minta expectation. Okay, sometimes soalan will say mean, sometimes soalan will say expectation, ataupun sometimes something like expected value. Yes, expected value, sorry. Okay, expected value is also the same, all the expectation. Okay, so we denoted the expectation is as EX. So if X is a discrete random variables with probability distribution, so that means if you want to find the mean or expectation, you have to have the probability distribution function. Okay, so kalau kita ada cumulative distribution, tak boleh cari EX. You have to change into probability distribution function first, then only you can find your expectation. Okay, so here's the important properties for expectation, which is if you have EA, that will be the same as A. EAX is equals to AEX. EAX plus B, if we can arrange that, EAX plus B is actually EAX plus EB. So from properties number 2, this is AEX, and from properties number 1, this is B. Okay, so and then we have EX square. So if the expectation EX is summation of X multiplied by PX equals to X, that means EX square, this one you have to X square, so the same thing here lah. X square, here is X, here is X. Okay, so the same thing if this one is GX, this one is GX. So depends on the function that the question gave us. So let's see example 9. The probability distribution of a discrete random variable. So as I said before, the two things that you have to identify from the questions is this is discrete random variable and we have probability distribution, and the question asking for expectation, so we can just find the expectation because we already have the probability distribution. So here's the table. So E2, straight away from the properties we have equals to 2. Okay, so to find EX, so EX is summation of X multiplied by Px equals to X. So what does it mean? So this is your X, this is your X, your Px equals to X. So apa yang kita buat, kita darab je lah. This one darab this one, plus this one darab this one, plus this one darab this one. So that will be 1 multiplied by 1 over 6, plus 2 over 6, plus 3 over 6. And you'll get 7 over 3. Okay. So question C, E5x. So from properties number 2 here, 5 there is a constant, so we can take it out. So that means 5 multiplied by EX. So EX we have 7 over 3. So here's the answer is 35 over 3. Okay, next question D, EX plus 2. Properties number 3 here we have 5EX plus 2 or E2, which is the same as 2. So here we get from question C 35 over 3 plus 2, and we'll have the final answer 41 over 3. Okay, now we have EX square. So we know that EX square we just summation of X square Px equals to X. So instead of X you have to square this X here. So that means we have 1 square 1 over 6 plus 2 square 2 over 6 and 3 square 3 over 6. Okay, so we'll have the answer equals to 6. And the last one, by using the properties, we have 5EX square plus E2 or 2. So here we have 5 multiplied by 6 plus 2. Here we get the answer 32. Okay, so that is how we use expectation properties to answer the question. So here, example 10, x is a discrete random variable and k is a constant. If E3x plus k equals to 26, so here we have E3x plus k equals to 26, 1. And then we have E2k minus x equals to 3, equals to 3. And the question asks to find k and ex, which is two constants. So you know that two constant, you have to do simultaneous equation. So let's just do the property first here. 3ex plus ek. So ek means k by properties number 3 equals to 26. So we can rearrange this. K equals to 26 minus 3ex. So let this be the first question, first equation. So use your property to find this one. Should be E2k. Okay, let's just write this as this one here. E2k minus ex equals to 3. So you know that 2k is a constant. So E2k, by using properties number 1, this one just stay as 2k minus ex equals to 3. Okay, let's put this as second equation. So we are going to sub 1 into 2. So we'll have 226 minus 3ex minus ex equals to 3. Okay, right? 2, this is our k, 26 minus 3ex minus ex equals to 3. So rearrange that, you will get your ex equals to 7. Okay, when you get your ex equals to 7, you'll get your k equals to 5. Okay, so and that's it. If you want to find two constants, just simultaneous equation by using the properties that we have. So now we are going to look at the variance. Okay, so variance of a discrete random variable is denoted as VARX, okay, or sigma square, which is actually defined as EX minus mu square, which is mu here is EX. So that is actually our formula for variance, but we don't need to use that formula. Okay, we are going to write that. Okay, right, so we are going to write that first. We have x minus mu. We know that the mu is ex squared. Okay, so that is actually definition for variant x, but we don't want to use this formula. We are going to simplify. Okay, first we are going to expand this part here. So it's going to be x squared minus 2x ex plus ex squared. Okay, and now by using the properties, we are going to expand ex squared minus, so as you can see here we have here we have x, so that is the first x, the first ex, so 2ex, and another one ex is from here, ex. Okay, and then the last one here we have ex squared, so just gonna be ex squared. Okay, so now what happened is this one here we have ex squared. This one is the same as minus 2ex squared equals to ex squared minus 2. This one is ex squared plus 1ex squared, which is the same thing as the previous one. Okay, so this one is the same as this one. So minus 2 plus 1, you'll get minus 1, which is we end up with the formula ex squared minus ex squared. So that is your formula to find the variance. So this is the formula that you have to memorize. Okay, so first formula to find variance, second formula to find the expectation. Okay, so what are we going to do now? is to see, obviously the standard deviation is square root of variance. Okay, so for properties of variance we only have 3. Okay, the variance of a, variance of a constant, is equals to 0 if for expectation variance of a constant is a. And if you have variant ax, this one has to be squared. We have a square variant x, and while we have variant ax plus b will also be a square variant x. This one will be variance b, as you know that variance b is equals to 0. Okay. Now we are going to look at example 11, the probability distribution of a discrete random variable. So as usual, make sure you identify these two things. To find expectation and variance for discrete random variable, you need to have probability distribution. Okay, so if you have CDF, you have to change to probability distribution first. Okay, now we are going to do EX. So the formula to find EX is equals to summation of x, PX equals to x. So we have 1, multiply it by 2 over 7, 2, 4 over 7, plus 3, 1 over 7, which is we'll have 13 over 7. And EX square, macam biasalah, we have 1 summation of x square multiplied by PX, x equals to x. So we have 2 over 7 plus 2 square, 4 over 7 plus 3 square, 1 over 7, which is you'll have the answer 27 over 7. Then we'll have the variance, which is we are going to use the formula that we just learned here, EX square minus EX, kita squarekan. Okay, so EX square is from question B, 27 over 7. EX is from question A, 13 over 7, which is we need to square that. Here we get 20 over 49. And the last part is standard deviation, is we just square root the variance. 20 over 49, we'll have the answer 0.639. Okay, so very basic formula for variance and expectation. So let's try one more question here. Okay, variance first. We have to identify probability distribution function, discrete random variables. So question asks to find variance. You know that if you want to find variance, you need to have your EX square, you need to have your EX. So as usual, you have to find that first. So EX is equals to 1 over 6 plus 2 1 over 2 plus 3 1 over 4 plus 4 3 over 16, which you will get the answer 41 over 16. 41 over 16. And then we have to find EX squared. Okay, so 1 squared 1 over 6 plus 2 squared 1 over 2 plus 3 squared 1 over 4, and lastly plus 4 squared 3 over 16, which will have the answer 117 over 16. Then by using the formula for variance, variant x is equals to EX square, which is 117 over 16, minus by EX, kita squarekan, which is you are going to get 191 over 256. Okay, now we are going to use the properties of variance. So second question, variant x minus 2. So by using the properties, if you don't remember the properties, you can always just do like this, variant x minus variance 2. Okay, you know that variance constant will be 0, this one will be 0. So we straight away just equals to 191 over 256. And as for this one, variance 2x plus 3, by using the properties, we will have 2 square variance x. So that will be 4 multiplied by 191 over 256, and we'll get 191 over 64. Okay, the last one we have to be extra careful here. Okay, we have negative 8. Okay, the constant here is, your a is negative 8. So here's gonna be negative 8 square variance x, which is we have 64, variance x is 191 over 256, and we'll have the final answer 191 over 4. Okay, so now this one, make sure you can do it by yourself. Find the value of t if ex equals to 4. Just use the formula for ex. Then find your t. Here your t is 5. Here is 14, 2.4, 21.6. Okay, you can do it by yourself, this one. Okay, so the last question here, example 14. If ex is equals to 1.1 and given to us variance, so kita cari ex kita macam biasa. So given to us ex equals to 1.1, so we know that to find ex is equals to 0 multiplied by a plus 1 times b times 2 plus 2 times c. Okay, so we have our ex as 1.1, so here we left with b plus 2c. Let's make b as our subject. We'll have 1.1 minus 2c. Okay, so that is the first equation. Okay, next we know that we have to find ex squared. To find variance, we need our ex squared. Okay, so here we have 0 plus 1 square b plus 2 square c. Which is here we have b plus 4c. Okay, so second equation, which is we know that this is our b. And we can substitute our b here as 1.1 minus 2c so that we only have one constant. So 1.1 minus 2c plus 4c, which is we have 1.1 plus 2c. Okay, so that is our ex squared. Now back to the formula for variance. Variant x, we know that the formula is ex minus ex squared. Ex, we have to square that. And ex squared is this one here, which is we already simplify. We have 1.1 plus 2c minus ex squared is given in the question. This one, ex is given in the question, which is 1.1 squared. Okay, and variance is also given in the question, 0.54. Okay, simplify 0.5 plus 1.1 squared minus 1.1, you'll get equals to 0.65 2c. So your c is gonna be 0.325. Okay, so now you have to find your a and b. So b, we can just substitute into this equation back. Sub c into 1. So we'll have b equals to 1.1 minus 2 times 0.325, which is we'll have our b equals to 0.45. And now we left with a. How are we going to find a? There is no a in this equation, all the equation that we are using. Okay, so back to the table, we know that the total probability a plus b plus c is equals to 1. So to find your a, we have a plus b plus c is equals to 1. Okay, total probability has to be 1. So just sub the value that we have for b, 0.45. For c, we have 0.325. 0.325 equals to 1, and you'll have the answer for a equals to 0.225. Okay, so that's it for variance and expectation for discrete random variable probability distribution function. Okay, so that's this part already covered, and then we are going to continue for continuous random variable, but make sure you have to master this part first. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.